What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we are slowing things down just a little bit, and we're going to be playing some Orzhov Control. Now, it's going to look a lot like what you expect, but there actually were a few things we got handed to us with Crimson Vow that actually helped this deck out. And there's been some different variants of this going around, so I kind of wanted to take my shot at it and see what we could do with it with some of those new cards. And I think this is actually going to be pretty fun deck, and probably one that has a chance to be relatively competitive if you're looking for something different, new, maybe something you want to convert from best of 1 to best of 3. This could be that opportunity. Also, I want to remind everybody, if you're going to be shopping this holiday season on Amazon, on TCGPlayer, or with Ultra Pro to pick up anything like you should be for all your gaming needs, be sure to check out our affiliate links in the description below. That'll get you, in some cases, a small thing, some cases not, but realistically, whenever you shop on those, you click the link and you will be helping me out here on the channel. We'll get a small kickback and you'll be doing me a favor to help the channel grow. Otherwise, let's go take a look at this Orzhov Control deck. Alright, heads up y'all, as a reminder, please check out all my stuff. Today's video will be a shorter one, partly because we're playing a deck that has long games, but I actually had to start this whole thing over because when I reset my machine, my audio settings got all goofed up somehow, and everything just had an echoey sound over it, and the only solution I had realistically was going to be to, I guess, turn my audio off and then just have y'all watch the video, maybe with like classical music over it or something, which would have been kind of weird. So I just decided I would just reshoot everything. So we're gonna play some new games, and yeah, it sucks because we had a couple of epic battles on the other one that I just can't use, so I'm not sure what to do with them. If you really want them and you're a member, let me know. I can upload them and make them available if you just want to see them, because there's some cool games. But yeah, depressing. Anyway, we're going to get to it, and y'all are still going to get a show, even with it being 1:20 in the morning. Alright, anyway, we're going to race through this to make it quick, all things considered. But no big surprises here. If you saw the Orzhov Control deck before, we really only added a couple things in. So, the usual suspects, we're just going to go Eye Twitch, Shambling Ghast, Professor of Symbology, Deadly Dispute. You've probably seen these in all the lists, so kind of like the standard package, sometimes plus or minus one card each, but you know. We are going to play one Valky, God of Lies, mostly because we want to play Tybalt on the backside. It's not bad even as Valky against, say, like Monowhite Aggro or whatever if you're trying to buy a turn or two, but realistically you're trying to get to where you can play Tybalt. And we do have enough things that make treasure, so we're not that concerned about finding a way to cast it. Vanishing Verse, the best removal we can play in this deck. I'm trying out one Faithbound Judge, which is one of the new ones. It's a big 4/4 flying blocker for the most part, which is fine because we're playing a slow control deck. But if it does happen to die, well, we just slap this on our opponent and see if they can get rid of it in 3 turns or die. So we'll see what's up with that. Fellstinger is also one of the new cards, just as a way to reload our hand. It gives us a forcible way we can get rid of an Eye Twitch, or maybe even a Shambling Ghast if we need to get more treasure or kill something. So, don't mind it being in here and getting a couple of cards for our trouble. Skullport Merchant, no surprise there. One of the other new cards, though, we're playing is Edgar, Charmed Groom. And we talked about this in the enchantment-based deck that we played the other day. And really, as much as people want to shove Edgar into vampire decks, it's really almost more of a control card, because we're going to play the long game to where we're going to get Edgar maybe coming back and forth 2 or 3 times during the course of a game. So we're going to get all the value out of it. You don't necessarily get that when you put it into a creature deck. But yeah, good card for the spot for sure. Then we're playing 4 Lolth Spider Queen because, well, yeah, you expect to see that in these lists. Same thing with Blood on the Snow, full set, and then 3 Meathook Massacre. Nothing too surprising going on here with the snow-covered plains, snow-covered swamps, 4 each of the Pathway and Sinkhole, 3 Faceless Havens, and 2 Field of Ruin for opposing creature lands. So yeah, really just trying out a few new cards and seeing how they fit, but otherwise this should play exactly like the old version, so the good news is if you have the old version, this should be a pretty simple upgrade. But since I'm going through all the effort, please watch the video. Watch at least, we'll just watch like 2 games. They're going to be long. Please help me out. Like, this has been a pain to do, and I'm not going to go to sleep till like 3 in the morning now. So, anyway, watch the games. We'll catch you on the backside, and see you then. Alright, this is a pretty good hand, so we're going to keep it. Nothing too surprising here. Oh, great. Gonna be one of those. Okay. Well, the good news is we should be able to wipe everything away and then start going from there. Opponent's gonna gain a life. Makes a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and play this. Just going to try to make sure we can get to... Yeah, let's go ahead and attack. Make sure we can get to the blood on the snow. Next turn, I think I'm actually going to... let's put this on black. And play this. And then we'll just attack. Kind of weird the opponent didn't have any creatures that benefited from life gain yet, so I'm wondering if they just have a bunch of 4 mana stuff. So I'm assuming we'll see something this turn. Oh, Apparition. Okay, they kept that kind of hand. Fair enough. That's fine. I mean, the only inconvenience is we would have been able to sacrifice the Shambler, but nah, it is what it is. We're not going to get too caught up on that. Actually, I could... Nah, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and just play Loth here. I will get a Plains just because, you know, we might want to come around to playing the Judge. And we'll pass. Alright. You level? Sure. Alright. Then what? Okay, sounds good, opponent. Sounds good. Go ahead. We'll get a 3/3 back too when that all happens. So let's just go ahead and do this. We'll get some spiders first.
My children wrench their hands. My power is for annihilation.
You know what? I'm willing to attack with one of these. Alright. Now what the plan's gonna be here is get in an attack. Everything dies. Or gets blocked or whatever. Then we'll Blood on the Snow. Get a bunch of counters on Loth. And then we'll reset Loth. Then we'll start trying to get these other things onto the board. Opponent kept a very weird hand. I'm not sure what it means. I guess they could give something indestructible here, which would be mildly annoying, but if they do, they do. This is kind of a if you know sort of scenario. Alright, that allows us to at least get some damage in. That creature was going to die anyway. So we'll destroy all creatures. See if they give something indestructible. Alright, seems fine. We'll just get treasure. We'll bring this back. So nothing really changes from our end. Opponent had a very defensive setup.
I will get what I want.
I mean, we can Blood on the Snow again. See if they have another. I mean, if they have it, they have it. You kind of got to put them to it, you know. Okay, cool. So now we get to fire off this other Blood on the Snow and then sort of take over the game here. So, not anything super crazy and surprising, but we kind of have all the parts we need right now. Our opponent going to attack? Nope, they opted not to. Well, then I guess we just go right ahead and Blood on the Snow. Destroy all creatures. I could attack first, but everything's just going to get blocked up most likely, so meh. Maybe I would have gotten 2 points in, but I'm not going to sweat that too much. We'll just go ahead and return this. Actually, we kind of... Nah, that's fine. We'll just return that. We get a 3/3 body back finally, too.
We will slay our enemies.
I think we just go ahead and take this with the deck we're up against. I mean, if we can't find a land in the next couple of cards, then so be it. Alright, that's going to let you get some things back. No way to gain life, though, so we're not too worried about those at the moment. Draw a card.
Oh, yes.
Alright, there's one of the lands we need. We can Edgar and then use a Deadly Dispute if we want to. Could also just play this, which could be kind of interesting. So let's attack first with just our spiders. Okay, and then I think I am going to go ahead and play this. And we'll just end the turn. So if they attack here, we do have scenarios where we can block, sack a thing we block with, put a counter on Loth, do all that stuff. Opponent's going to be looking for a way to either get some damage in on Lothair, I'm assuming. Oh, nope, they're just going to play that with no life gain. Alright, that's a plan. I mean, it's a thing. Let's scrap this. We'll keep the bigger body on board.
Do what I demand.
Nice. Nice. Don't hate that. Don't hate that either. Okay. Well, how do we feel about all this? We have a Vanishing Verse, which is pretty good. Won't be able to kill a Trellisera at all, but that's neither here nor there. We're going to attack with all these bodies. I mean, at some point you're going to block something, right? Okay.
I will.
Well, we'll just minus this. Play a land.
Cannot be denied.
Do we, with the opponent at 13... Yeah, I think so. And just say, hey, even if they gain life here, these are going to only go up to 3/3s. Like, this is a lot they have to deal with. Opponent says GG. Alright. Okay, we're going to go first here. This is, I guess we'll call this the more traditional start. Especially if we have something we can kill that's a 1 toughness. That would be nice. I would like that. We would like that a lot. Alright, opponent plays. Oh, they're just going to get rid of it. Yep, Spikefield Hazard. We get nothing for our troubles. How sad. I guess I could have actually just left. It's fine. We're going to need this untapped later. Fireblade Charger. Same. Not a huge deal. We'll go ahead and play this. So we'll start setting up the ability to attack with the Faceless Haven. Opponent wants to attack, and we agree. Attack works. Inspiration. Okay. Well, we just take 3 to the face. Not a lot we're going to do about that. Interesting thing is when or how we want to use this Meathook Masker in this fight. Alright. We're going to take our turn. We're actually just going to wait on doing anything here. Mostly because whatever they target with this to put counters on, we could kill. So no need to be in a hurry here. And then we don't take any damage from it. And the opponent wastes a card. Another charger, great. So we really shrink their hand down here. And we go ahead and massacre for 1. So let's do this manually so this can't get messed up. So yeah, just meat hook for 1. And who knows, there may be a dragon in our future or some such. They deal no damage because they had no power. They have no power here. Alright. Oh, an opponent does nothing there. That was definitely not expected. Phew. I mean, I guess we go ahead and do it. I mean, we can get back to 6 mana anyway, so we don't even have that as a concern. Scorch us for 2? Sure. You can do that. Okay, good news is that means they don't have instant speed 3 damage removal. Eruption, alright. We're gonna go ahead, sack this. Alright, opponent gives up. Yeah, we're gonna go first. We'll keep this. I mean, we may have to make some interesting executive decisions, but we'll keep. So we'll go ahead and play iTwitch on 2, and then if we don't have anything else relevant, we'll go ahead and play Professor of Symbology. Yeah, we'll do that. Because now, if they do have something... Nah, they'll be playing 2 toughness stuff here, though. If they had a 1 toughness thing, it would be cool to sacrifice that to the Fell Stinger. Would be super cool. Alright, what you got for us, opponents? I'm assuming this is white aggro of some variety. It is. Oh, that's actually pretty nice for us. So let's go ahead and do this. I'll sack that. Give a -1 to that. Oh, actually, we'll draw cards first. And then we'll give a minus to that. Great. And then we'll just try to keep the opponent off of doing super silly things here. Also, we won't even mind if they take our stuff with their, you know, exile a creature thing, because when we sweep the board, we'll get actual creatures back. Either creatures or tokens back. Either way, we're going to be fine. We're happy with either outcome. But we should beat Monowhite Aggro most of the time, I would imagine. I'd be kind of surprised if that's not accurate. Alright, we'll get this. We'll play this. And then we'll go search, so gain a couple life here. And then the mana's coming together with no real problem here, so that's good. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and try to attack here. Sure, man. Feel free to block. Don't even mind. That's one less creature coming at our dome. We are happy with that. Adeline. Annoying. That makes that a lot less annoying. We may actually want to get rid of this Faceless Haven as well while we have a chance. So if we get rid of the Faceless Haven, we play this, we can exile Adeline. Seems fine, right? Just think if there's anything else we'd want to do here. I can't see a line that makes sense otherwise for us. I mean, we could just exile Adeline and then call it good. There's really no need to be in a hurry here. So yeah, let's just do that. And then we'll attack for 1. In the turn. Luminarch Aspirant. Okay, fair enough. You doth have. Alright. Let's go ahead and sack Eye Twitch. This might be where we want to go ahead and sweep the board. Might be. Not totally sure, but it might be. Let's go ahead and just take this. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe not. We can be more patient again. Sometimes things just fall your way. So we can go 1, 2... Well, we have 6 lands now. So we can play this 4, 5, 6. Yeah, alright. And then if for some reason they exile stuff or whatever, then we just say, you know what? It's cool. We tap white. White's colorless. Play this. Then we'll go ahead and play Shambling Ghast. And we'll end the turn. Alright, and then we'll just exile this and save time. Alright, feel free to continue doing what you're doing, opponent. Spellbinder, sure. Take a blood on the snow. Or take a mascot exhibition. I don't mind, either way. You do your thing. Especially if we find a land here. Because then we're just going to put the judge on them. Oh, well. Well. I think we just attack here. We're winning the life race anyway. Alright, so if we do this for 1, 1, 2, 3. Leaves us plenty of mana to do whatever the hell we want, so yeah. I think I'm going to do it for 2, just in case. Not sure what that case could be, but I feel like it doesn't hurt us. Get treasure. Play this. Go get another exhibition, I think. I might not, you know what? I might just put the curse on the opponent. Okay. No blocks. All right, we have 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh, that's a clue, actually. We just have 7. Knowing that we only have 7, then I guess... You know what? I'm going to do this just for style points. Let's see if we can do it. I'm into it. Let's see if we can get there. This is being needlessly reckless, by the way. But you know what? It's an odd hour of the morning. I had to struggle through editing, so we're going to have some fun with this. Sure. Feel free to kill it. Play attack. We're fine here. Yep. All right, 1 turn. So we have 2 left. Setting up the opponent. Okay, well, that's it. Pro tip, if you have a hand with 3 blood in the snow, you probably want a mulligan. Keep it. Though this is actually a very difficult choice on what to keep or get rid of here. I'm probably... Ooh, man. I think I'm going to get rid of Field of Ruin. I feel like we can draw enough untapped lands that we can make some of this stuff just not matter. And I'm willing to take that gamble here. Hopefully. You know what? This is bad because it's going to get hit with a portable hole. Oh, was not a portable hole. Well, thank you. And we got an untapped land for our troubles. Look at that. Probably won't live long enough for this to matter, so figured we might as well. Oh, they don't have enough mana to do things. Okay. I mean, them getting the... the Luminarch Aspirant's annoying, but... We do have a Shambling Gas, so I can block some stuff, kill a things. It's not the end of the world. Also, we could get into a situation where we could just get rid of whatever the problem thing is. Maybe. Alright, so Little Shambling Gas is doing some work here. So what I have to look at is, can we wait till this gets to like 4? Or do I need to leave this up so whenever they play Aspirant, we can just kill it before... Actually, that's probably the move. Yeah, that's probably the correct thing to do. Let's do that. We'll just pass. We'd like to draw an untapped land here, truthfully. That would be the absolute best thing. Because then we could just... Oh no, we need 2 because Thalia is still out there. I was thinking about Meathook Massacre, then this gives a -1 on top of it, but it's not going to work the way we want. Thalia is just gumming up the works for us. The opponent doesn't care about losing Thalia here because they have another, obviously. The thing we have to consider here, though, is if we get the treasure, can we possibly just wipe the opponent's board? I don't think we can. So I guess the only real play here... Block. Actually... Well, I can kill the Stone Blade Familiar. Stonebinder's Familiar. Block here. Kill the Thalia. I just don't know if I want to kill the Thalia if I want the treasure. I think that's my problem. Alright, we're going to block like that. I mean, I just figure ultimately them having that in their hand doesn't do a whole lot to us unless maybe we're going to try to cast. Okay, so they had the land another anyway, so it's fine. Sort of all works out here. I guess we'll get necrotic fume. Well, you know what? Let's environmental sciences. And hell, they might even want to just get rid of our shambling gas here so we can't kill a Thalia again. And that would be a relevant play. Yep, and we're okay with that. No blocks. We're going to just try to draw an untapped land. Make our lives easy. Well, we're going to fail at that easy part of life, apparently. We will get a swamp. Use that to play this. And no attacks. Let's see what the opponent has. They're sitting on a lot of cards. And to be fair, if the opponent's savvy, you probably keep a couple of things just because sweepers are likely to show up. You don't want to overcommit here. Makes a lot of sense. I think I'll block at least one here just for damage purposes. I guess the opponent figures if I have a sweeper, they'd rather just give us the token back here. And they're not really wrong, you know? But sure, that's fine. I think that's more than reasonable. Let's take... Do I want to take Necrotic Fumes? Do I want to take the Pests? I feel like maybe Necrotic Fumes is going to be a thing down the road. If things go sideways here, maybe they play something we feel the need to remove. I don't know. Alright, so if we do this, we can't actually easily kill the Vampire, except maybe later we could do that with this. We're at 14. How much do we think that's going to come back to bite us? We really don't have much choice here, do we? Okay, here, let's attack first. Let's play Edgar. Because if they have another creature that exiles a thing, let's go ahead and see if we can get them to play it here. Because they're probably holding back. So let's just get as much as we can out of their hand, and then we'll play the Meat Hook Massacre. Because otherwise, it's like, they know we have Necrotic Fumes. Like, what you gonna do? And if Edgar dies, he just dies and we start making 1/1s, which is fine. Because then we have blockers all day. And they gain life. The opponent's down to just 2 cards. What are they? Redain. That is a real problem. That is a real problem. So we're going to probably have to sack this token to get rid of Redain first before we can do anything. Because Redain's going to make that cost an additional 1. Additional 2. So yeah, so we can't even do anything with this till we kill Redain. Fortunately, get rid of that. Sack this. Alright, no attacks. Force the opponent to deal with this. Now, hopefully, no more Redains. And maybe we could do something. Otherwise, we would have to draw an additional land just to do this for 1. Oh no, we can do it for 1 right now. We could do it for 2 if we drew another land with the Redain out. Okay, that's going to be a problem. Okay, well, 9 incoming, I suppose. Nope, just 8. Alright, we'll block, we'll let Edgar die, and then we will sweep the board from here. Go ahead and massacre for 3, and we're going to have to hope that's enough. Alright, or massacre for 4, just for insurance purposes. Oh no, we can only... Wait. Yeah, that's what I thought. We can do it for 4. Just had to double check there. Alright, we get some life gain. Now it's time for Edgar and the Massacre to go to work. Alright, there's Athalia. And okay, alright. Opponent had some good stuff still. Held the card and got a good top deck, so... Good on them. Alright. No blocks here. Oh, that is sweet. That is sweet. Oh, so good. We're going to attack for 6. We're going to gain some life. And then we're going to massacre for 2. Because opponent's empty-handed. That should do it. Doesn't matter which one we keep. In all reality, I probably could have raced the opponent. Oh, wow. Really? A 3rd massacre. Okay. If we attack, Adeline gets to attack for... Yeah, I mean, I guess. End the turn? I mean, I guess we can wait. It's a little bit bad if it's a Luminarch Aspirant, possibly. Okay, that'll help quite a lot here.
You require my generous.
Gonna say, if you want to double block, feel free. Alright, end the turn. Just holding on to this Meathook Massacre. Don't quite need to use it yet. Chapel guy, sure, it does fly. Opponent can attack. We will double block on the Adeline. No, we're just going to send those 2. Don't want to put Adeline at risk. Aw. How cute. That's going to do it anyway. So, can play this. We can just minus these.
At least there is
We can attack.
for annihilation.
And then we have the last Meathook Massacre. We can just get rid of all the stuff. Okay, Massacre for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do. Well, y'all, that was largely no surprise. It played like we expected, but I will say the new cards actually did their job, which I'm glad because we had to reshoot the game. So I'm really glad that they came up again and actually did what they were supposed to. So that's actually pretty sweet. And I will say it actually handles a lot of the problem decks you're worried about. I don't think we got to see in the redone games against is it Epiphany, but we actually were 2-1 I think against those in the earlier games. So that's actually pretty good. And yeah, didn't feel like there was anything we couldn't win against. I think that's the biggest thing. Like some were more difficult than others, and of course, when you get paired with other control decks, the games get drawn out. But that's that. But before we get to the actual wrap up here, I do want to talk about kind of what makes up a control deck, right? Because I think that's one of the things people say, I'm going to build a control deck, and they just start shoving a bunch of cards in. And I think the biggest thing is understanding that control decks can come in a few different ways, but it's a matter of how you're going to control the game state, whether that's going to be creature kill cards, sweepers, counter spells, whatever, and then where you're going to get your advantage. Whether, like the deck we played a couple days ago, that was getting a bunch of advantages via enchantments, right? So your enchantments are removing things, but also allowing you to make creatures, and that was the whole thing. So, like, that's one way you could do it. Like this one, it's, okay, well, we're going to use our Blood on the Snow, get back stuff, use Loth, and, you kind of know your engines that are going to get you there. With like, is it Epiphany? It's holding on to Alrund's Epiphany, getting the tokens, trying to get an extra turn, right? There, you have to understand what you're doing. When you start shoving just everything into the deck, you kind of start sliding to be more of a mid-rangey deck, trying to be a toolbox, if you will, that can attack a whole bunch of different angles, and that's not necessarily what you should be doing if you're a control deck. And when you get into an ugly spot of shoving everything in to be a toolboxy deck, and then you're trying to play it like a control deck, you're probably going to end up with more losses. So just something to think about. If you're going to go control, kind of think about how are you controlling the game state, whatever that may be, and then also what your pillars of the deck are that are going to help your advantages, and then how you're going to close the game, because I think that's the biggest thing with control decks, because it might be Epiphany, it might be Loth, it might be creature lands, it could be Hullbreaker right now, or Lear, right? There's different things you can have, and then you have to build those early spells that are going to get you there to also work with that finishing move, whatever that is. So, yeah, just something to think about. Anyway, I just thought I've seen it come up a few times in discussion of people deck building, and I kind of want to just give that little tidbit there for everybody. But anyway, let's wrap this thing up. For today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Yahenni. This is a cool card from Kaladesh, and the weird thing is I don't think people realize that Yahenni is a vampire, but several of the Aetherborns from that set were. And I think it's just because how their abilities work and the story and whatever kind of made sense to call them vampires. But I don't think they're vampires in like the traditional sense, so it kind of slips people's minds. But interestingly enough, the character's actually pretty interesting, the card's pretty cool, and it would be a great card to play in something like this, where every time a creature dies, you get to put a counter on it, and then you could also end up giving it indestructible, so you could survive your own Blood on the Snow and still get a huge creature out of the deal. So could be a lot of fun stuff you could do with a card like this. But yeah, just figured I'd bring it up. Also, randomly, this card gotten to be about $6 or $7 now. So if you have some, go dig them out of your boxes. You probably have them with some bulk stuff, and they aren't bulk at all. Don't forget, if you want today's deck list, like always, it will be down in the description below, along with links to our Facebook gaming streams, our Twitch streams, and our Discord. If you want to come by, say hi, say what's up. Also, if you're going to be doing any shopping, please don't forget, if you're on Amazon, TCGPlayer, or Ultra Pro's website, use one of my affiliate links in the description below. You'll be helping the channel out, and you don't have to do anything different. Just shop like normal through one of those links. And then finally, if you haven't, please check out the memberships and like, subscribe, share, let people know about the channel. I really need your help to spread the word and get people interested, get those algorithmic recommendations up, because while I was doing stuff to do like, hey, here's some beginner deck upload, help stuff, budget stuff, that stuff gets fewer views, that gives me less favor in the recommendation system. So we got to build that back up again, and I need your help to do it. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.